That better? Sorry about that. I don't know if they're going to have Bellator on the prelims, but I also got DAZN if they're not on Bellator, or if they're not on Paramount, excuse me. Which I'm guessing they're not, because Paramount usually drops the ball. But DAZN so far has been doing a great job. What's up, Comedic Genius? Thank you. So tonight's MMA trivia we're going to do before Bellator is all heavyweight based. So it's all heavyweight fighters, MMA fighters. What's up, Robert? I'm doing good, man. Good to see you. Glad you're here. And my dog, of course, right on timing, just as I thought I would stop the timer. He's barking right on time, so let me let him out. What's up, Stewie? If you guys haven't seen it, you may not want to see it, but there was a YouTuber. I don't remember their name, but if you put in the search words, you'll be able to find it for sure. There was a YouTube. What's up, Archangel? With the $2 donation. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it, sir. That will buy my coffee in the morning. I saw Stewie in the John Jones Commission hearing stream. Oh, you were in there too, Jason? Yeah, I seen Stewie in there. A bunch of MMA hole guys started ganging up on me. Stewie didn't defend me. I think he said hi. He didn't say anything bad about me, so you're off the hook, Stewie. I think he might have. I think he might even actually have said something good about me. So what's up, Bit Conduct? Huh? The interim champ himself, Stewie. John Jones does not fight tomorrow. Tomorrow is Kevin Lee versus Ally Aquinta for the last ever Fox show. What's up, DG? Glad you're here. The only man to win 2 weeks of MMA trivia up to this point. DG. Last week, Aaron Tru won. Where's the Soviet? He's in here. Yeah, he was here earlier. What's up, D Brown? TGN, I'm on a break. 15 minutes, 5 left. Oh, damn, I better hurry. Do you have Tim Horton there, Mike? Tim Hortons there? No, never been to a Tim Hortons. What's up, gang? All right. Archangel's only got a couple minutes left. He's probably back from break already, so I better ask a question before he has to leave. I'm going to throw one out there so he at least gets a chance for one. This is MMA Trivia Week 9. These are all heavyweights. So every question, it's all heavyweights. Canelo and Ryan Garcia tomorrow. Haha, Oscar trending. It's Canelo and Rocky Fielding, right? Oh, Ryan Garcia fighting too. Yeah, Canelo's fighting Rocky Fielding tomorrow. So first question for 1,000 points. These two UFC fighters have the most bouts in heavyweight history with 27. I'll give it to you for either one of them. If you get both of them at the same time, I'll give you a double bonus. MMA holes has holes in this game. I like it. My girlfriend says, JD. No, it is not JDS. These two UFC fighters have the most bouts in heavyweight history with 27. So most bouts in the UFC. Excuse me. JD. Alistair in DC. No, it is not. TGN. Robert Fedor did not fight in the UFC. TJN, you got one of them. You got it first, and DG got the other one. Mir, that's going to be 1,000 points each. It is, excuse me, Andrei Arlovsky and Frank Mir. Close, TGN. Had Arlovsky and... I could tell it was right on the tip of your tongue. DG trying to make this 3 weeks in a row. That's a joke. She's already hungry. Andre Alasky and Roy Nelson. Dan, they still pretty healthy. I tried. Hey, you got one of them, TGN. You got 1,000 points, bro. All right. This fighter's one of my favorite fighters from back in the day. This heavyweight rendered one of the scariest knockouts in early UFC history when he flatlined his opponent in 6 seconds in one of the first UFCs. This was back in the tournament days. Robert probably knows this. I didn't hear which fight league. Sorry, keep losing Wi-Fi. G2G, nice question. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much, Archangel. Once again, an applause for the Archangel. Robert Kerrigan, that is it. Tank Abbott. Did you hear about Tank Abbott recently? Oh, DG barely got it. Or barely missed it, excuse me. Robert beat you to it. You must have got a little better Wi-Fi this time, Robert. Robert's known a lot of these, and unfortunately, he doesn't have the best Wi-Fi. Or he would probably have a couple wins himself. So we got a three-way tie at 1,000 points so far. TJN, DG, and Robert Kerrigan. Tank Abbott, he's dead. What happened? No, Tank Abbott, yeah, he almost died. He had to have a liver transplant. He said he died 5 times on the operating table, had 6 strokes. You can look up the interview on Hannibal TV. I'll try to link it to a video later. I wasn't going to steal from his video. I didn't even want to take... he got Tank Abbott on there personally. It's like in his living room or Tank Abbott's living room. And he got him on there personally, so I was not about to steal the thunder of a small creator. But check out Hannibal TV. The interviews over there in Tank Abbott, it is pretty interesting. And yeah, he, like I said, almost died 5 times on the operating table after, and says he had 6 strokes. He was still speaking. You could still understand him after 6 strokes. So that's how damn tough the Tank is. Tank Abbott looks like he's 75 years old now. It's too bad. He did a lot of partying. He got his money. You know, in life, Tank Abbott got his money's worth. I mean, I wish him the best. I was actually trying to contact him. It's funny to get him on the show. And I asked Art Davey. Art Davey didn't know where he was. Nobody knew where he was. I had reached out to all of my contacts. Nobody had any idea where he was. And apparently his hard life had caught up with him, as he says in the interview, and he had to have a liver transplant. So I'd like to talk to him one day. He should drop a rap album now. Died 5 times. 50 got nothing on that. I don't know how much you can rap after having 6 strokes, though. If that's true, it was amazing how well he was speaking. It's how quick you get to people when they first have strokes. I have an uncle who had a bad stroke. Oh, it was just like 15 years ago, and he has really slurred speech. He can't walk very well. He's gotten to where he can function. He's got like a regular job and stuff, and if you hadn't known him before, you might think he'd just been a little slow. But the guy was, he was like an absolute genius. He's one of the smartest people I'd ever met. And then I have another friend who had a stroke on my freight crew that was a manager, and we got him to the hospital right in time. He had a stroke actually at work, and he shows absolutely no ill effects. They were both about 40 years old when it happened. Tank better slow down on hookers and blow. Tank Abbott looks like he doesn't have much time left. Yeah, he's lived the hard life. Like I said, he would probably tell you himself he got his money's worth and it came to life, but it's like overclocking a computer. That's how I would compare it. Jason knows more about that than me, but that's what I would assume. If you overclock a computer, you're not going to get as much life out of it. Tank Abbott, he overclocked his life, but man, UFC... WCW, ended up fighting, the one time, came back against Kimbo Slice. Should not have came back for that fight. But one of my all-time favorites, just because he was such a great entertainer. Tank is the oldest looking 53-year-old I have ever seen. He could do mumble rap. He could do better than a lot of those mumble rappers. Tank Abbott says he died 5 times already. Yep, so Tank has 4 lives left. That is correct. My father had about a dozen heart attacks and a dozen strokes. Jesus. Sorry to hear that, Robert. Within the past 10 years, was told to never walk or talk again. He still tries, cussing out the idiots on the road. Hey, I'm glad to hear he's doing well, man. Or at least as well as can be thought. What's going on, brother? What's up, Robert Christian? Glad to have you in here, man. Tank overclocks were not under control. No, he had no fans on that thing. There was no cooling system. There was nothing. And listening, you guys seen Art Davey on the show. He had some stories about Tank that he did not tell on the show. He actually told me some things in confidence that I can't even go into, but one thing he did go into later on another video was his altercation with Pat Miletich. And he got into it with Pat Miletich, and I guess Tank Abbott's gang jumped Pat Miletich and choked him, beat the crap out of him in an elevator back in the day. You kind of get the idea that old Art Davey, he was, he wasn't happy to not be running the UFC anymore, but I don't think he was real upset to have Tank Abbott out of his hair. He was quite a headache, and he talked about in that interview why Tank became the first suspended heavyweight ever also. Tank versus Kimbo rematch comes. Oh, Jesus. Well, he outlasted Kimbo in the end. I hate to say it. God, both those guys had heart problems. I don't know about Kimbo. I don't know how hard a life he lived. Kimbo seemed like a little, I mean, he definitely grew up in the ghetto. I mean, he talks about that and stuff, but pretty much everybody seems like they're more chill than Tank Abbott. Kimbo does for sure. Tank versus Dada 5000, a literal death match. Oh my God. What's up, Seven? I'm good, man. Tank Abbott used to bench press 600 pounds. That is impressive. That's on the internet too. Yeah, if you want to look up Tank Abbott benching 600 pounds. I always said if he had had the discipline to get in shape back in the day, and he would have had any kind of training, he probably would have been the baddest man on the planet. I don't know if anybody could have beaten him at his prime. When he was 26 years old and he got in the UFC, if he would have had it, his first UFC 6, he got in there against Olo Toktarov in Denver, Colorado, was beating him up, I want to say for like 12, 15 minutes. And remember, there was no breaks back then. And he ended up gassing out, and Toktarov submitted him in the end when Tank finally gassed out. And Oleg Toktarov, tough as nails to take a beating for so long. Those were different kind of men back then, though, when they fought without rounds. That was craziness. I don't think anyone in the light heavyweight division can do that today. No, I don't think so. Are there Bellator fights on DAZN tomorrow also? I believe so, Robert Christian. Tomorrow, though, is UFC on Fox, the final UFC on Fox. That's going to start at 5 p.m. Pacific, which is perfect timing because Canelo Alvarez and Rocky Fielding are set to walk to the ring at 8 p.m. Pacific. So we can get in both of those streams tomorrow. UFC on Fox and Canelo Alvarez versus Rocky Fielding. It's going to be a long, fun day tomorrow. Tank versus Roya Nelson sumo wrestler. Who wins? I don't think Tank's fighting anybody nowadays, man. I always admired Tank's abs. What's up, Derek Robert? John Jones is proud. He deadlifted 600. Bob Sapp versus Francis Ngannou in a mile-long run. Who wins? What's up, Lone Wolf? It is definitely Francis Ngannou now because he's lost a lot of weight. He's looking slim. Are you streaming the Charlo twin fights? No, I didn't even know. I didn't know they were fighting, actually. Sapp can't run, so Ngannou. Sapp can run when he gets in the cage. He runs away from everybody. Amazing he actually won a damn fight. Had to fight somebody that was what, had one MMA fight in his last fight, or it might have been his debut. Was one or the other. Bob Sapp gasses and cramps up from walking, I bet. Dude is huge. That's one reason he can never fight in the UFC, though. There's no way he could get down to 265. I mean, he would have to have, gastric bypass surgeries. So much muscle, too. Sapp is coming off a very impressive win. Yeah, I watched that on Ryzen. I don't know. I don't know if it was all that impressive, but he did win. Bob Sapp gasses after the weigh-ins. All right, let's get into question number 3. This man choked out Dan Severn in 2 minutes and 57 seconds in 1997 to become the first ever UFC heavyweight champion. They fight same night on, I think, Fox. Both their belts on the line. Damn. Bob's. It is not Shamrock, not Hoist Gracie, no. Heavyweight champion. DG in the house. It is Mark Coleman. Great job, sir. Great job. DG going ahead of everybody again with 2,000 points. You guys got to stop him. He's already won 2 weeks. He's the only one to have more than 1 win in the first 8 weeks. Damn, I don't know. I was 4 years old. I know, Robert Christian. Sorry. Mighty Mouse. Mark Coleman was a freak in his prime. Yeah, he was. And here's something that these guys used to have back in the day, is they used to be able to headbutt. And Mark Coleman was an absolute king of the headbutt. That was one way that wrestlers would get finishes when they knew just wrestling and they really didn't have any submissions. Those headbutts were really effective, and he would get up above people and just bang his head into their freaking eye sockets and nose, and I mean, it was pretty brutal. I don't know if headbutts should be legal now, but you know, Joe Rogan thinks just about everything should be legal because it should be like a fight. He also thinks there should be no gloves, though. I disagree with that. Not sure how I feel about kicks to the head of a down opponent and stomps and knees, but I do feel it gives wrestlers an unfair advantage. That tool's taken away from strikers. The Papa of Ground and Pound. I wasn't able to get my answer to post. Damn spotty Wi-Fi. Damn, got to get that fixed, right? We got to tell those neighbors to speed up their Wi-Fi. Or steal some better neighbors' Wi-Fi. Oh, I got to put in DG on that win. Let's move right ahead here. We're already 30 minutes in, so 30 minutes from the main card. I remember watching as a kid, Coleman with a double leg attempt and breaking Shogun's arm. Yeah, he was crazy. I have the first 16 UFC on actual UFC official VHS tapes. Oh, damn, that's sweet. I have 3 and 6. And I had 8. I have 8 somewhere. I just haven't seen them forever. I thought about going back and collecting all the old VHS, just for nostalgia. I have a bunch of the DVDs and Pride DVDs, but no, that's pretty cool to have the first 16 on VHS. Bam, headbutts would be entertaining. I remember the old UFC tapes at Blockbuster. Nerds. Yep, Blockbuster. I used to go over to a place. Actually, it was Ma's Video in Walla Walla before we had a Blockbuster. It was an independent business, and then it actually outlived the Blockbuster. As far as I know, it is still in business there. The last time I was back in my hometown in Walla Walla, it was still there. I was like 10. All right. Here we go. Number 4. This heavyweight who competed in Pride actually holds the record for most consecutive wins in MMA history. This is a heavyweight, but this is the record for any weight. All of MMA history. You cannot headbutt in Ryzen. No, Cucknors. You can kick to the head of a down opponent, though, and stomps and knees. It is not Fedor. If you have a Blockbuster card, you can use it as a liquor store ID. That's awesome. Yeah, it had a picture on there. I remember that back in the day. I refused to go to Blockbuster when we were in Walla Walla there for days, though, because I was good friends with the lady who, well, me and my friends, you know, we like to support the local business because we always grew up with Ma. Everybody knew Ma. It was not Crow Cop. It was not Big Nog. Not Crow Cop. You guys may not get this one. This one's for 1,500 points. I'm sorry, that's the first one that's 1,500. I forgot to say how many points this was. I'm going to time this out here in a few seconds if nobody gets it. He also fought, I believe, as a kickboxer. He is on the cover of one of those Pride DVDs too, Robert, if you have any of those. One of the ones I own, actually. I shop at small businesses when I can. That's good, Jason. Yeah, I definitely try to, too. Damn it, no clue. Kane. Sap. It is not Sap. The world is slowly becoming a monopoly. Yeah, luckily we have some... it is not Goodrich. Luckily, we have some good small restaurants. Not in the town I live in. We have to travel about 30 miles, or excuse me, about 30 minutes. It's about 15 miles to our favorite restaurant. It's an Italian restaurant. It's also like the best and best food, best priced, and it's a local establishment. But yeah, not in the town I live in. McDonald's pack any time of day. Yes, it is. Igor Vunchenchin. Igor Vunchenchin was the answer to number 4. Owns the record for most consecutive wins in MMA history with 43. I take that a little bit with a grain of salt because a lot of those being in Pride, there was a lot of accusations of some funny things happening. They all went on the book though, so if you're gonna say that some people's wins didn't count, then I guess you got to take away Fedor's and Kevin Randleman's and who knows what was legit and what wasn't. Was a bad dude. Yeah, he was. I believe he was like 6'9". How was I supposed to spell that? No chance in hell I was getting that. Yeah, I actually remember him fighting back in the day, Robert. Igor Vunchenchin. He was a beast. But obviously I didn't watch it live. We used to rent the Pride videos. All right. Moving right along. Oh, saw him in a 16 heavyweight tour in Russia. That's probably where he got a lot of those wins. That's an absolutely crazy record, though. That's insane. Number 5. This man vacated the heavyweight title after not fighting in 1998 and 99 due to contract disputes. This man, he was the heavyweight champion. It was short-lived. He didn't fight for almost 2 years. Finally had to vacate the title due to contract disputes. Him and Dana had... Dana actually had some pretty public words to say about him at the time. I realize some of you probably weren't even born yet. What's up, 700 Gabriel? It is not Bassruden. Jason Azevedo. It is Mr. Randy Couture. Good guess there, though, 700 Gabriel. Good guess, my friend. All right, I'm making sure my Fox is working. Or, excuse me, not Fox. It's not Fox Sports 1 tonight. It's Paramount. Making sure my DirecTV is working here, though. So, and they are playing I Am Legend over there before the fights. Dang, spelled it wrong. Yep, nope, it is Randy Couture, though. DG got beat out just barely by Jason, though. Jason's also got 1 win, and he's got 1,000 points now. So see if Jason could be the second man to win 2 nights of trivia. So number 6 is going to go right into that one. Dana hated Couture so much he wasn't in any of the UFC video games. Are we going to talk Bellator or just trivia? Jesus Christ, son. TGN, we are going to talk Bellator when the Bellator starts, man. I've been doing these streams, MMA trivia at the beginning of all of these streams. So I will move it along. Like I said, Brent Primus versus Michael Chandler later, and we'll get into that. But there's a championship trophy on the line here, TGN for the first season. Dana Haig. All right. Moving right along, Randy's belt would become vacant until this man beat Kevin Randleman in 1999 to become the new champion. Randy's belt would become vacant until this man beat Kevin Randleman in 99 to win the vacant championship. DG, it is Boss. DG with 1,000 points. Boss Rutan. That is correct, sir. All right, I will move along, TJN. Number 7, because we got 11 of these to get out of the way. I think Dana White hates Frank Shamrock more than anybody. That was the upset win with Boss on his back the whole fight. 700, Gabriel had it just a little late. All right. Moving right along. This man knocked out Rico Rodriguez. These are all heavyweights, remember. This man knocked out Rico Rodriguez in 2003 to win the heavyweight championship. His reign would be short-lived as he moved to Japan after failing a post-fight drug test. Yes, there were still people capable of failing drug tests in 2003 in the UFC. It is not Sylvia. Although Sylvia is a former heavyweight champion, and he also did fail a drug test at one time. DG is on fire. Jesus, you got to take a night off, brother. DG, Josh Barnett. For 1,000 points again. All right. This one for 1,000 points. Was not Tim Sylvia, sorry. These two men fought for the heavyweight championship at UFC on Fox 1. This will probably be a speed test. DG is about to get a Cypress. Oh, jeez. It's good, TGN. Or TJN, sorry. DG is looking them up. All right. These two men fought for the heavyweight championship at UFC on Fox 1. Kane versus Dos Santos. That is... Oh, wait. TJN had it. JDS Kane. Looks like he had it first. And then DG and Jason. You guys almost had it almost all at the same time. Looks like TJN is correct on my screen. Yeah, he typed it faster. You guys were very close. And he typed Kane JDS. You typed Kane versus Dos Santos. That probably took you another second. Kane Velasquez. All right, number 9. This man for 1,000 points. This man defended the belt. This also should be might be a speed test. I even did autocorrect. This man defended the belt more times consecutively than any heavyweight champion ever. You know, you're the second one, DG, to tell me that screens didn't have things in order. It is Stipe. TJN coming back here. Was he the first one to have it? Yep, you are the first one to have it. Who watched the Gina Carano sex tape? I didn't realize Gina Carano had one out there. I did not watch that. I don't watch any celebrity sex tapes, but I really have no reason to do that. But...
Who's got?
But not judging anyone. Certainly not judging anyone. So
This is an app.
all right. right, TJN. There are 2 questions left. They are both worth 1,500 points. Let's see where we are on points. Oh, TJN, you also have that first one. You and DG each got 1,000. Robert Kerrigan got the second one. DG went up to 2,000 after the third one. Nobody got the fourth one. Jason got number 5 with 1,000. DG got number 6, went up to 3,000. Got number 7, went up to 4,000. TJN got number 8, went up to 3,000. Then number 9, or excuse me, I can't count. Went up to 2,000. Then number 9 went up to 3,000. All right, so there are 3,000 points available on the last 2 questions. I got to watch that for sure. Pamela Anderson's was better. Link, please. Please don't link that up my channel. Speaking of, I know we're trying to get this on, but a serious moment for a creator. I want you guys to check out his channel. I'm a very big fan. I know a lot of you guys are fans. You've seen the video of Michael Chandler, the Purge video that I posted. Maybe a lot of you seen it, where Michael Chandler was doing the Purge video for his promo to Brent Primus. Well, YouTube's recently been doing a purge of accounts. So they went through everybody's, a lot of people's accounts anyways. On the 13th, yesterday and today, they went through everyone's account. They went through my account too, looking for fake accounts, looking for closed accounts, and also looking to see if they wanted to continue partnerships with channels. And it brings me great sadness to say that Tommy Toehold has lost his total monetization on his channel. So if you enjoy Tommy Toehold's cartoons, he is doing a Patreon on his channel now. You can sign up $1, $3, $5, $10. He may be on the show later too to talk to you guys about some things. He's going to continue to do his thing though. And for $10, when he does his Nate Diaz cartoons, you can have Nate Diaz shout out anything you want. So, how much fights have you got into, Mike? Fights haven't started yet. What the fuck? Tommy Toehold is great. No, they haven't started yet. They are starting in 15 minutes. All right. Moving along. TJN, you are almost ahead in this, though. Frankie Edgar was good. He's got a lot of good ones. All right, for 1,500 points, this man won the interim heavyweight belt and the heavyweight championship, both in Mexico City. He cited training at high altitudes as the key to his success. If nobody gets this right away, I'll throw a few more clues out there. This man won the interim heavyweight belt and the heavyweight championship, both in Mexico City. He cited training at high altitudes as the key to his success. Jason Azevedo, it is Verdum. Comedic Genius was right behind him. Just late, Comedic Genius. I would have given you Verdum. All right, Jason with 1,500 points for that one, putting him solely in this one. I know, TG, I haven't talked much about Bellator, but we got a tight race right here. Jason Azevedo with that one moves into second place with 2,500, I believe. We'll see if I can count here. Yeah, you got number 5, the one with Randy Couture earlier. So 2,500 moves you into third place. DG with 4,000, TJN with 3,000, and Jason Azevedo with 2,500. So if Jason gets this one, you'll be tied with DG, and we'll have to do a tiebreaker. That would be the second week in a row we'd have a tiebreaker. I believe we had a tiebreaker last week. That was disappointing for me to watch. Kane go down the way he did. Yeah, I did. How much fights have you gotten into personally in your life? I knew that one, but I panicked. More fights than I should have. I got in a lot of fights in high school. A lot of fights that I got caught for. By the end of freshman year, I'd been in enough fights. They said if I got in another fight that I'd be expelled. And I was really worried. I was really worried I wasn't going to make it all the way through high school. I was like, there is no freaking way I'm going to go 3 years without getting in one fight. And I never got caught in another fight. I only got in one more fight at school. I probably got in, I don't know, 20 street fights in the time I was like 14, 15, and all the way to 4th grade. I was fighting. I was in a school district that it was like literally like 98% Hispanic, and I was not a popular white guy. So people would just walk up to me and punch me. So I learned to punch him back, and then I got bullied, and hopefully I didn't become a bully one day. And now that I think back about it sometimes, I do feel kind of bad that maybe I did. But then 30-some fights in judo. I don't know what my record was. 2-1 in amateur boxing. Hello from SC, Tennessee, everyone. What's up, Stephen Crumley? Who saw Captain America? Don't diss the cap. Boy Mike is Billy Badass. Salute him. I have not gotten in a unorganized fight since I was 25 years old. I'll just say that. Also. All right, last one for number 11 for 1,500 points. Jason Azevedo, be ready. You could tie DG with this one. TJN, you would get the win. DG, this would quench it for you. Number 11, this heavyweight, along with Randy Couture, would grace the cover of the first ever EA video game. Comedic Genius says a salute to him. This heavyweight, along with Randy Couture, would grace the cover of the first ever EA video game. TJN, it is Fedor. I didn't see it before, and TJN pulls it out with the buzzer beater. 4,500 points, passes DG on the very last question. All right, oh, you were right there, Jason. Walk off, baby. And you wanted me to get to fighting, TJN. And look, he was trying to distract everybody. TJN's got a victory, and you were right there. You are right there, my friend, for a shot at the trophy. So, up to this point, Jason Azevedo with 1 win, Trotty Dog with 1 win, JT360 with 1 win, DG with 2